Welcome to POUSE Around the House. In this video I'm going to show you how I fit a floating shelf. I'll show you the tools and products I use, and I'll give you a few tips along the way. This is the shelf I'm installing today, and the brand is Core Products, and it's a Trent floating shelf. And if you're interested in buying this product yourself, I'll put a link to it in the description section below. If you take the bracket out the back of the shelf, you'll see that it's got these fixing holes, and then on both the front and the back of the brackets, an arrow pointing upwards indicating which way up the bracket should be fitted. That's because if you look at these two prongs, they actually slope slightly upwards, and on the underside of the prongs are two holes where screws will go later to fix the shelf in position. So it's important we get it the right way up. So now I hold my shelf up on the wall to the height I want it. I then use a pencil and place a small mark on the wall, indicating the line in the top of the shelf. Then to take account of the thickness above the bracket, I measure it, which is about 4mm. I measure 4mm down from my original mark on the wall and make another mark. This is the height I now need the bracket. Now I measure from the end of my wall to the end of the tiles. Take this measurement and divide by 2, and that will give me a center point so I can center my shelf. And again I place a mark with a pencil. Now using a spirit level placed on my pencil mark, I draw a short level line. So I now have my bracket height, center point and level line marked on the wall. So I can now hold my bracket up to the level line and center it using the mark on the wall. Using a pencil I then mark around inside all the fixing holes. Before we start drilling holes, you may have noticed there's a socket here, and with electrical cables they either run horizontally or vertically. If vertically, they'll either run down one side of the socket or the other. If it runs down this side, then great. If it runs down this side, then it's a no-no because our drill will go through the cable. And the only way to check this is to take the cover off the socket and have a look inside. So first of all, you need to go to your consumer unit and turn off the power to the sockets, ensuring it is safely isolated. Now we can use a small flat-bladed screwdriver, loosen the screws and take off the front of the socket. If in any doubt at all about the electrics, then please get in a qualified electrician and stay safe. And on closer inspection we can see that the cable is indeed coming down the left side of the socket, so on this occasion it's a thumbs up. So now I screw my socket back into place and finally back to the job in hand. Now you may have noticed I forgot to mark one hole, so I'm just going to do that before I carry on. The shelf came supplied with this pack of screws, which look like this, and these wall plugs. Now I pretty much never use the plugs and screws supplied with the kit unless they're particularly good. So today I'll be using these gold screws, and I'll be using them with these Fisher dual power wall plugs. If you want to see more details on these wall plugs and screws, I've done another video on this, and a link to that video will pop up on the screen now. Now although these wall plugs require a 6mm diameter hole, I'm starting off with a 5mm masonry drill bit in my Makita LXT drill. I'll drill all the holes as far as I can, then I'll go back through in a minute using a 6mm masonry drill bit using my SDS drill. So now it's time for the SDS drill with a 6mm masonry drill bit. I just go through all the holes to the correct depth for the plugs. The only reason I go through with the smaller drill bit first is I got an old Victorian house, and when doing this it's prone to having chunks of plaster fall out unexpectedly. You'll also notice throughout the drilling I use the Henry Hoover to catch all the dust. Now I place the wall plugs in by hand, and I follow up by tapping in with a hammer until the plug is flush with the wall. And another quick going over with the Henry Hoover, keeping the area clean. I'm now ready to fix the bracket to the wall. Just remember to have it with the arrow facing up. To do this you could use a handheld screwdriver, but I'm going to use an impact driver. If you are going to use an impact driver, just be very careful you don't over tighten, as they are very powerful. And make sure the screws are driven into all the plugs loosely before fully tightening up. I now place the shelf onto the bracket. I put a spirit level on top and check for level. Although there's a small bit of play in the shelf, hopefully the screws underneath will sort this out later. Now whilst I'm satisfied that the shelf is level, whilst looking side on at the shelf I can see that it's actually sloping upwards. And I think this is because my wall is all over the place. So I'm now going to have to pack behind the top of the bracket on one side just to tilt it back down a touch. So now I loosen a few screws and then get a piece of EPDM rubber left over from my shed roof installation. I cut it down to size and place it behind the bracket, packing it out. Now you could use a plastic shim or a piece of timber to do this, but I had the EPDM available. It's grippy, it's thin, and it'll be hidden behind the shelf when it slides over the bracket. So sometimes it's just a case of improvising and being resourceful. Then I gently tighten the screws back up using the impact driver. As you can see now, by tightening the top screw, it's tilting the bracket up. By tightening the bottom screw, it was tilting the bracket down. And this is because of the curve in my wall. You'll see here I also replaced one of my screws with one of the screws provided with the kit, as it's a bit smaller and allowed for a bit of movement in the bracket when it's being forced down with my packing. If you've got nice new plasterboard walls, this probably won't be an issue. And here's a closer look at the EPDM tucked behind that bracket, just forcing the top of it forward, pushing the bracket down. I placed the shelf back over the bracket. Then using the 2 small screws supplied with the kit, I tighten up under the shelf. This will tighten into the metal bracket, holding the shelf secure. Once tightened up, I place the level on the shelf one last time, and hey presto, it's level. So you can see that whilst this is a relatively straightforward job on an old house with wonky walls, it's not always as straightforward, but it can be overcome with a few simple solutions. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, can you please give it a like, and if you haven't done so already, can you please subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon for regular notifications. I've been POUSE around the house. Ta-ta, farewell.